Hi, I'm Kelly, and welcome to First Steps. Today is my very first talk, and before we begin, I am going to tell you that I can't actually look at myself in the camera and just speak and just talk through the whole video. So I'm gonna be looking around. I'm so sorry. I really can't stop that because that's my thinking phase as well. Staring at myself, I can't think and I can't talk. So, to begin, I am going to start the topic on spotting and vaginal discharge. So, I'm going to put two together. I know there are two different meanings in two different cases, but I'm just going to try to bring out a message. Is this normal? First, let's define white discharge. White discharge, white vaginal discharge in females. So it means that we get a little bit of white stuff that is sticky, mucus, like egg white kind of looking on our panties. Okay, and is it normal? I can't say it's entirely abnormal, but we shouldn't have a lot of it. um, when should we have vaginal discharge that is normal? It is normal and you have it only for a little bit, maybe a day or two before and after your period. And that is it. Okay, now what is the volume which considered normal? Normal is like you probably don't even notice it. Normal, it's so little, so mild that you will probably just know it when you take off your panties, when you change your pants at night. Then you notice the white matter. That is considered normal because it's not excessive, it's not a lot, and it's not sticking to your butt. It's excessive when you know that during the day it just feels sticky, and every time when you change your liner, or even when you do require to put liner because you experience vaginal discharge, that is too much. And it is also, there's another time during the month that it's normal for us to have vaginal discharge, white ones, is during ovulation. So our ovulation only happens like 24 hours, right? Only for a day at the mid cycle. So that those are the only two times where it is considered normal, and it is okay, absolutely okay, if you don't have vaginal discharge almost at all, or it's more a little bit more optimal if you do experience that during ovulation, because it means that your body is actually doing the ovulation job, and that's how women gets lubricate, right? So if you don't have it before and after menstruation, that it's okay as well. So when it's not okay, under a few points here, too much vaginal discharge, like I said just a little bit earlier, is too much white matter, like white sticky mucus, or to a point that you have to use your liner. It's not like absolutely okay if you have it. You can't pinpoint when you have it. It's like during the month, you do have it for a day or two, and out of like nowhere it appears, or it's you you just have it occasionally. Those are some signs. Like in TCM's perspective, it is not okay. Uh, I do have to clarify something. I so understand, because I actually get this question a lot, quite a bit, and that's why I'm doing a video on it. Um, it's okay to have it only on those days that I just listed out, before and after menstruation for a day or two max, or ovulation only for one day. Okay, when you have vaginal discharge anytime during the month, any other times during the month, uh, I'm sure a lot of you have asked your Western doctor, your family doctor, your Western medicine practitioner, that is it normal? Uh, yes, they say that it is normal for women to have it. And at this point here, I'm going to explain a little bit because all these symptoms uh, that are surfacing, so I put it, it's a surfacing symptom of an underlying cause. There's something that's underlying happening in your body. It is not severe. This is why it's only a very mild symptom. It does not actually give you a disease, okay? It's just that in TCM perspective, in traditional Chinese medicine perspective, it has a like entirely different meaning to illnesses. We do look at symptoms because these symptoms actually pinpoint and tell us that there may be something wrong going on inside our body that causing these symptoms. Um, so it's not entirely okay, but it is actually okay if you're not at a very critical stage in your life. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go back to this, but I'm actually gonna list out other stuff that you find in your vaginal discharge that's not entirely normal. If your vaginal discharge smells, if it's yellow, if it's way too much, too sticky, these are not good to have. Too heavy, or you have it like at any time during the month, or even yeah, I guess that's it. Okay. Um, and there are different times of our lives we try to make sure that we don't have these. If you have these during these times, it may mean something bigger. So the 2 or 3 times stage is prenatal, postpartum, and menopause. So pretty much the biggest stages in our woman's life for those who do get pregnant. If you experience it in prenatal, it may probably, like before you get pregnant, it may actually mean something bigger and actually showing that your body may be having problems and it would possibly not give you an awesome pregnancy. Okay. Okay, if as always in TCM, you try to find the excessive or deficiency reasons. If it's deficiencies, unfortunately, the person who experiences a lot of vaginal discharge slash spotting may, before they get into pregnancy, may mean that they will have a really bad pregnancy with lots of morning sickness or dizziness, just something not feeling right and well, especially in the first trimester, and it's actually an increased chance of miscarriage. So it is actually not a small thing. It's something that we should look after and get it right before getting into pregnancy. So this is why I so encourage people to get the body checked out with the West and also with the Chinese practitioner before getting into pregnancy, and don't just wait till you get already am pregnant to you already are pregnant to actually look yourself like to try to do it. Okay, so let's bring back a little bit because this topic is also about spotting. Okay, spotting is blood that comes out during pregnancy. You should not have spotting almost at all, except a day or two before menstruation or at the very end your menstruation. So at the very end of menstruation, actually it's not, you can't really call it, okay, we call it spotting, but it's really just at the end of menstruation, your blood is getting lesser. But then spotting, it's actually not a good sign as well because it's also kind of meaning the same thing as vaginal discharge, kind of. The two symptoms of different causes, but then One it's more fluid, the other one it's more blood, but they're both fluids, right? Even in the Western sense and the Chinese sense, they're both fluids. They are both under the category of fluids. So in a deficient case, I have mentioned that it may give you a higher chance of miscarriage if you experience vaginal discharge or spotting. Just more higher chance. It's not absolute, so it probably do give these people the first trimester a little bit more heavier symptoms like morning sickness or other just don't feel well. They don't feel so well. Okay, and also another time it's postnatal. If people experience these symptoms in postnatal, it means that maybe your organs not recovering that well, and it is actually normal to have it on the first month because we are in our recovery mode. So that's why women do moon sitting, 坐月 or 坐月子. And so in another times is the menopause, because our body is just not right, kind of not woman's body is changing in like the perimenopausal stage, which is around 45 to 50 years old. Yes, it does happen for roughly that times, quite few years. It's meanings that your body maybe the kidney may be toning down its functions. So these are all deficient cases. All right, but there are also excessive cases. So excessive reasons could be too much dampness in the body. So you kind of think dampness, it means fluids. Damp, literally DAMP, damp, too much fluids or too much fire, too much heat in the body that pushes out the spotting, pushes out the vaginal discharge. I mean, there could be other underlying causes because the body is too dry as well, so not holding, and then that's also deficient. But then, so the point that I want to bring out is that in the West, it is absolutely normal to have spotting and vaginal discharge because it has not caused a disease yet. But in Chinese sense, as I always say and repeats, that TCM talks about preventative measure. So they want you to take care of your body before any illnesses is formed or happened. So these are just symptoms. Disease is not there yet, but then it is a surfacing effect of an underlying cause. So something that's happening but it's not that severe. So spotting and vaginal discharge may not be severe problems if you know that you have your ovaries, your uterus tract, you have those tract, and you have your annual body tract, knowing that your body is in a good state, but you still have them. So it means that they're not a disease. In the Western, can't be defined as a disease, but they are small stuff that may lead to something else eventually. So it is something that, especially at those three stages: prenatal, postnatal, and postpartum. Prenatal, postnatal, and perimenopausal, to make sure that your body goes well at these times. So I covered. So I covered deficient, I covered excess, I covered that it's normal. I try to explain that these are just these are symptoms of an underlying cause that may cause it. It may bring into something bigger in the future. So it's good to have it looked at, make sure that everything's well, or even try to fix it, because it does cause quite a bit of inconvenience to women if you do have spotting and vaginal discharge quite often, right? So, remedies, what can you do? If it's too much heat, of course, the practitioner will help you to clear the heat. If it's too much dampness, meaning there's too much fluids, because let's explain it that way, because there's too much fluids, too much dampness, because the nature of like heavy stuff, damp stuff, water that always come down, always go downward, that always like the heavy, so your body cannot hold it up, too heavy. Your body can hold up quite a bit of stuff, but then if they're too liquidy or too heavy, it leaks out. That's why we have vaginal discharge and spotting. Um, where am I at? Lost my train of thoughts. Yes, so I cover those. Excessive, because there may be too much heat in a body that pushes out or extra fluid as well, or and then pushes out the blood. So I think that is all. I hope I covered it. Okay, so I hope that you find this video helpful. And today this is my very first video doing this. Then it may sound a little bit unorganized because I'm really not that much of a talking person. I find myself so weird looking at a camera and talking. That's why I stopped for quite a few months. I just don't know how to go on. I can't think of something to just, I can't just think of a topic and just start blabbing it all out. I'm not that kind of person. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you do have these symptoms and you want to find a solution to it, you're very welcome to go find a Chinese medicine practitioner or myself, acupuncturist, to help you. Okay, and I hope you find this video helpful and well. And thank you for tolerating the first video so unorganized. Thank you. Bye bye.